Get ready for a great trip. We're going to show you in this video you need to quietly get rid of 11 important things in your life. Welcome. Join us on this trip and let us know what you think about every subject we talk about. Watch the whole video. Your journey will teach you new things and help you grow. Now is your chance to really think about who you are and get a better sense of it. I think the things we're going to teach you will make your life better and more interesting. How about we start? First thing, you don't have to explain yourself to people who hurt you. Give yourself to people who hurt you. You don't need to upset, fight, or deal with someone's bad mood by having a conversation. If someone made choices that were rude, it's better if they hurt you, even if you thought they were a great friend. To stop looking for reasons and move on. Do not lose your cool and keep your mind on growing. That person might need you and ask for your help at some point. At that time, it's enough to just say no. If you need to, you can also describe why you did what you did. If you don't have to help this person because they broke your trust and didn't behave well. That means there's no reason to fight or get into a fight. Remove in silence is the best thing to do. That person out of your life, because what they did will come back to haunt them. Take care of yourself first, and then let the future show you what's best for both of you. If we let ourselves go forward without having to defend or explain our choices, we are showing that we value ourselves and our limits very much. It's important to know that we don't have to hang out with certain people who hurt us or don't care about us. Every single one of us should be treated with care and loved for what we are. In this case, by choosing to remove, we're taking a brave step for our mental health by getting rid of people who hurt us, and growth as people, which helps us live a more real and satisfying life. Second point, goals that aren't needed. There will be times when you understand how important deciding what to do, moving in a certain way, or still following your own path. Sometimes you'll have to give up some goals in order to focus on the road that fits your essence the most. This happens all the time because we can't always do everything we set out to do, plan. And sometimes you have to give up some things to get other things. But it's important to get rid of these pointless goals without anyone noticing, letting everyone know about your moves. Don't leave hints or facts out there because this could show your main plan. Be smarter about this process and quietly take it away. Setting less important goals and making small changes to your life over time. As soon as the cards are dealt, always act with care, keeping your plans safe and letting your choices be follow your true self and look for the road that fits you best. Third, relationships, whether they're business or love. There's no need to share private information. Tell other people about the reasons why a friendship or relationship ended or just need to vent. The closeness you share with someone is private and only between you and that person. Why do you need to know? No one should be told about fights or bad things that happen because this will only make things worse by spreading rumors. You should talk to yourself about what happened if you feel like you need to. The need to share could mean that there are still hurts that haven't healed. That is why, no matter what the case is, the right thing to do is to quietly look at these behaviors, without letting other people know. If you have a problem, if you want to get rid of a relationship, you should do it without telling everyone, to other people. It will help to keep these things secret and deal with them within the company, as they learn to accept themselves and get better. Protect the privacy and dignity of everyone concerned and be smart and careful about how you take care of your mental health. Fourth point, don't raise your voice in front of other people when things are tense, and learn to control how much rage or anger you show. If you're mad, change how you feel by doing something that will make things better. Use that energy to push yourself. Push yourself to reach your goals and teach your body how to deal with stress. Keep your feelings in check, think about them, and use the energy you've built up to do something that will make you stronger. But be careful and use your best judgment. Losing control can reveal weaknesses when things are tense. Try to ease this stress in a quiet way by solving problems, taking care of your duties and using logic to help you. Instead of telling everyone about your problems, value what and who is already in your life. Learning to be grateful. Discover a quiet way to ease your mental stress, looking for inner peace and better ways to deal with problems. If you've made it this far, just leave a message to show that you really want things to change. Go ahead, give it a like, and subscribe to get more videos like this. Let's keep going. Fifth point, don't tell other people what you think about someone. Indeed, you shouldn't even think about having those kinds of thoughts. Really think about what kind of impression you give off when you say bad things about someone. You could have an interesting discussion or add to it, but you choose to ruin it instead. The environment just to let off steam about how bad you feel about that person. Don't do that, please. Don't tell everyone who you like or hate who you are. Figure out how to be polite. If you don't like someone, you could stay away from them or try to keep an acceptable distance. Coexistence and always do the right thing. If that person is giving you trouble, talk to each other and try to come to an agreement. But these thoughts and views you have about other people should be thrown away right away. As we already said, it doesn't matter if you like or hate it. When dealing with someone, you should always be polite and show that you can change to the situation. Being open to change and engaging with others despite their differences. Maintain a respectful and understanding stance when you talk to people, and this will help to a more peaceful atmosphere and better relationships with other people. Sixth point, don't compare yourself to other people all the time. Everybody has their own way, accomplishments, and successes that should be respected without looking at what other people have done. Comparing our lives to others can be a bad habit that can hurt our emotions, well-being, and stop us from growing as people. It also hurts our self-esteem because we risk failing. When we compare ourselves to others negatively and focus on what we think we lack, instead of noticing our own skills and what we've done well. When we constantly check ourselves against other people, we lose sight of our own wants and needs and focus on other things instead of what really counts, and pay attention to what we think other people think we should have or do. This holds us back from going forward on our own paths and reaching our own goals. Part 2. By not comparing ourselves to others, we can be thankful for our own situations and enjoy life, our own growth and success. Don't forget that everyone is different, way and different situations, and it's not fair or good to compare yourself to other people. We all have different skills, weaknesses, and ways of living our lives. Instead of looking at each other, focusing on our own learning and personal growth is more useful than worrying about what other people think. Seventh point, using social media in a smart way. Take a moment to picture your life as a book, full of interesting stories, lessons, and adventures. Now think about what social media is: a library where every second millions of other stories are read. Sounds exciting, right? But here there is a sneaky danger: always comparing. As we look through these shiny books, when we work on digital stories, we often compare our hardest parts with the best parts of other people's lives. It's not always fair or accurate to make this comparison. Lead us to be unhappy and envious all the time. Can you see how this could be bad? In light of this, it's important to learn how to control how much of these digital stories we read. Imagine that you chose to You should know why you are going to this online library. It's easy to find what you need once you get inside. Whether it's to meet, get ideas, or get information, and then leave, going back to the real life in your own book, which is your life. But how does this work in real life? Beginning. Instead of getting lost in social media, set times during the day to check it. It all the time, whether it's breakfast, a break at work, or the end of the day. This helps you set limits on social media so it doesn't take over your time and thoughts. Another good approach is to think about the point of every online interaction. Ask yourself, am I looking for something useful here, or am I just wasting time? This can help you. Help tell the difference between useful and pointless spending. Also, it's important to know how to tell if social media is making your life worse, mood, or sense of self-worth. If these sites make you feel down after using them, take a break if you need to. Take this time to get back in touch with. In the real world, things that make you happy and satisfied, like reading a book, doing something fun for fun, or just enjoying nature. By following these steps, you not only protect your mental health and find the beauty in your own story again, without the always wanting to compare their own lives to those of others. Don't forget that everyone has their own road to walk, full of ups and downs, successes and failures, and that's what makes each one unique. Stories, like yours, are so important and unique. So, as we say goodbye to this subject, I want you to think about how you can begin writing the next part of your story right now, with less influence from the internet and more attention paid to what really counts in your life. Let's start this process of getting to know ourselves and growing together. Use the advice of the world's greatest philosophers to take care of your life. Stoicism in the 21st century is your roadmap to health, wealth, and endurance. Turn problems around, turn struggles into victories, stress into strength, and doubt into clarity. Now click on the link in the Leave a Note and start your Stoic path to a successful and happy life. Get your ebook right now. 8th point, the desire for approval from others. The world we live in, a person's worth, often seems to depend on how other people see them. Today, though, I want you to examine the freedom that comes from ending this never-ending search for praise. Picture yourself on stage, with all eyes on you. There are a lot of eager faces around you, each with a view on how you should behave, talk, and be. Can you picture how bad this is? Now, picture yourself leaving that stage and walking into a calm and peaceful area. A spot where your own view is the only one that matters. This metaphor shows how important it is to see and value your own inner voice over the outside noise. When we act and make choices based on the need to be liked, we lose touch with who we really are and what we really want. It's like always trying to fit into clothes that don't fit just to please other people. Now, think about the times when you were happy and satisfied the most. They were likely times when your ideals and beliefs were in line with those of others, no matter what other people thought or expected. This is what it means to live in an honest way. What about how can we use this in our everyday lives? Small steps are taken at first. As an example, ask yourself, am I really doing this the next time you're about to make a choice? Because I want to, or because that's what other people expect of me? Learn to believe in your gut and know what you want and what you need. Strengthening is another useful method. Your sense of worth. Celebrate your successes, value the good things about you, and learn from your mistakes. Remember that accepting yourself is a process that never ends, and every little win is important. Finally, make friends and build relationships with people who back and encourage you to be your best self. Spend time with people who respect your uniqueness and support you. you, to show who you really are. We can free ourselves from the need for approval from others. We open the door to a more honest and satisfying road. This road lets us write our own stories and be the real heroes of our lives. Stories that are true and brave in their writing. So, that's the end of this second topic, in the hopes that it will make you think about how you can live a more honest life, stay true to yourself, and don't worry about what other people will think. Part 3. The ninth point is how we treat our interactions, whether they are romantic or friendship-based. Getting along is like mirrors. They show us different parts of our lives and bring us events that make us who we are. But this is a tricky area, the line between privacy and secrecy. A relationship is like a secret garden. It's where you grow your feelings, dreams, and love. And important times. This yard is holy, and it should be treated with respect and care. When, even if it's just a friendship, when a relationship stops, it's normal to feel hurt, confused, and angry, and the need to think about what took place. But it's important to keep in mind that you and the other person are the only ones who know about this plant and story, the person involved. By not sharing private information or the reason for the split, not only are you protecting both of their honor, but you're also protecting your own heart. Giving this information to other people can lead to confusion, critiques, and even worse, rumors. This doesn't help the body heal. Instead, it can make the pain last longer and start a loop of bad feelings. So, how can we handle the end of a partnership in a healthy way? To begin, it's important to give yourself time and place to get better. Feel the feelings, but do it inwardly. If you need to, get help from a mental health worker who can give you unbiased advice, help, and direction. Second, make it a habit to think about yourself. Instead of looking for, if you need outward approval or comfort, look within. Think about what you've learned from this, and how you can grow from what you've learned. All of our relationships, even the ones that end, teach us something. Lastly, keep in mind that being discreet, privacy shows that you are an adult and value yourself as well as the other person. Say goodbye to a part of your life with grace and honor, knowing that each getting experience helps you get ready for what's next. This brings us to the end of the third point. We hope this helps you understand how to handle the end of a relationship with wisdom and respect, giving you and the other person the privacy and honor you deserve. 10th point, letting go of standards that are too high. This is a request we'll go on an inner trip to look at how our expectations can shape and sometimes change how we see and understand reality. Let's begin with a figure of speech. Think of your life as a big adventure that takes place across a huge ocean. It is expected that each "it" will help you reach your dreams and goals, like a sail on your boat. But when our hopes are too high, or when these sails are too big, they can lose our way and send us into rough waters of sadness and dissatisfaction. Expectations that are too high are like maps that show riches that don't exist. They make us strive for greatness in ourselves, in other people, and in the things that happen to us. Still, we should ask, are these ideas really ours, or were they forced on us by outside forces like culture, society, or even the media? Take a step away from these. Before we can meet standards, we need to be aware of them. This needs honesty and self-reflection. Ask yourself, do these expectations make me feel better or worse? Are they true to who I really am and what I value? Practice accepting things as they are is the next step. Being okay with who you are, what's going on in your life, and where you are on your trip. You don't have to give up on your dreams, you just need to understand and enjoy the process of getting there, with all of its flaws and problems. In addition, it's important to learn how to make goals that you can actually reach. Goals that are in line with who you really are and not with a perfect idea of what success looks like. It's also important to celebrate the little wins. Keep in mind that every step, no matter how small, is important progress. Finally, don't forget that the way you get there is just as important as the end goal. By giving up unrealistic, by not having any expectations, you let life flow more easily and peacefully, making room for new things, for joys and shocks that you couldn't plan for. So, that's the end of this fourth point. I hope it encourages you to sail through life with your sails set for reality, enjoying the journey's beauty with all of its turns and surprises. 11th point. We are now entering an area that we often don't pay attention to in our daily lives, but which that involvement has a big effect on our health and the relationships we build, chatter and the spread of bad news. This part will talk about how getting away from these habits can not only make us feel better, but improve the quality of our connections as well. Think of each word we say as a seed we plant. That garden is our lives and the lives of other people. When we choose words of comfort, assistance, with hope and kindness, we plant the seeds of understanding and kindness. On the other hand, when we talk badly about others or spread rumors, we're planting weeds of miscommunication, mistrust, and conflict. It might seem innocent, or even like a good way to make friends to take part in gossip. But the truth is that it goes both ways and makes us disrespect and devalue others and ourselves. Also, when we focus on the bad, we feed an attitude that makes it hard for us to see what we can do, to look for the good in people and things. How can we get off this path and pick a better way to go? To begin, it's important to be aware of the talks we have. As soon as a conversation turns into rumors or pointless criticism, change the subject slowly or bring up something good about the person or situation in question. Also, work on showing understanding. Before you say something to someone, ask yourself, would I want this said about me? This easy question. Fourth part can be a strong way to continue having respectful and helpful talks. Creating a good atmosphere around you is another important step. Cover up. You should hang out with people who value positivity and being honest in their relationships. You can do it together. Build a community where people respect and help each other. Last but not least, remember that you are the first person who can make a difference. You're not only protecting your own interests when you refuse to take part in criticism and gossip, having integrity and also being a good model for other people. By living our lives by these ideals, we can train our thoughts to be more positive, caring and strong, making personal growth more real and connections more meaningful in the process. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell to be informed of new videos. Watch new movies and of course talk and like them. I have 2 more movies to show you. Will show up now on your screen. Enjoy your journey to becoming wise. Spend time with God.